I'm a certified personal trainer, both in person and online, and a certified nutrition coach. I help moms locally in Las Vegas, Nevada, and all over the world shed the weight holding them back from becoming their most energetic and authentic version of themselves so they can go after their deepest desires alongside of motherhood. You can find me at fitandconfidentmoms.com. Hey everybody. Today we're going to do part 2 of my training from last week, and it's all about calculating your weight loss calories, not one that you're going to tear out of a magazine or find on a blog or some influencer says they eat 1,200 calories to lose weight and what they eat in a day. This is how to calculate, hi Carla, your calories for a caloric deficit. So what is that? Have you heard me say, or someone else, that in order to lose weight, you have to be in a caloric deficit? Maybe you've heard me teach all about weight loss and how diets work, which we're going to talk about today. But what the heck does that even mean? What does it mean to be in a calorie deficit? Well, the calories you eat minus the calories you burn. And if we want to be in a weight loss, we need to be in the negative, all right? We need to be in a calorie deficit. What will happen is your body's going to be seeking energy balance. And so when we're eating less calories, it's got to find energy from somewhere. So it is going to take it from stored tissue. I'm going to move my camera because this is weird glare. Like, you guys see that? Ooh, it's like something in my view. Crazy. Maybe I'm the only one who sees that. All right. The best part is if you eat in a calorie deficit, you don't have to give up your favorite food. You can still include the food you love. I'm going to take a little break and introduce myself. My name is Coach Rose Peterson. I am founder of RP Fitness and Nutrition. I'm a certified personal trainer, certified master nutrition coach, certified pregnant and postpartum coach, and certified Olympic weightlifting coach. If you're watching live, type #live. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for watching and put #replay. All right. So if you are a visual learner and you need slides, or slides will help you. Oh gosh, I looked at myself in the camera. I shouldn't have done that. And slides will help you follow along and learn better. Then head over to my free group, fitandconfidentmoms.com, and you can watch the slides and take notes. All right. So I'm actually going to head over to my slides. If you guys don't know me, I've shared my story before. It's up on my slides. You know, I was not always fit my entire life. And some people are like, what? Seriously? And it's true. I didn't actually start getting into fitness until my 30s, until my early 30s. And so I'm sharing a photo over here on Facebook of me in 2001, me in 2010, and that photo in the middle in 2010, that's actually after 2 babies. Yes. And then I think the last one also says 2012. But yeah, that was actually after having 2 babies. So every time I had a pregnancy, I tried some kind of diet. I tried some kind of workout program. And it was through all of those different things. And I finally found the thing that was going to be the most sustainable, the most enjoyable. And it was such an aha moment when I was like, oh my gosh, there is science to the weight loss. There isn't just like this magic diet that if I follow this way, all my dreams will come true and I'll lose all this weight. No, there's actually science behind it. And you don't have to do workouts that are punishing. That's what led me to become a personal trainer today and certified nutrition coach, is to share that information, shout from the rooftops that it doesn't have to be that way. So today I'm going to share with you how to calculate your weight loss calories. Okay. So let me go. I'm just going to skip through that. Yeah. You know, I won't skip to. These are my clients. Uh-oh, the frame messed up on this one. Love having a before and after shoot with my clients. And then also gearing up for our annual December client photo shoot. I'm so excited. Any of my clients that work with me, they know I love to celebrate them no matter what, because they're working on them. And so we're going to have our 3rd annual photo shoot this December. I'm so excited. And that photo was in there. All right. If you didn't watch part 1, make sure you go back and look at that. That was last week, same time. And I taught you how to calculate your maintenance. So how many calories to eat for your specific goal. Oh, I'm sorry. How many calories to eat for your current body that you're in? A lot of people don't know that. So I think it's really important to spend time eating in your maintenance, so you know exactly how much it is to eat to maintain your weight. Today, we're going to talk about how to know how much to eat if you're looking for weight loss, okay? So that you never have to suffer through another diet again. Keto, it works by putting you through a calorie deficit. Low carb, it works by putting you through a calorie deficit. Intermittent fasting restricts the time that you're eating. That also puts you in a calorie deficit. Weight Watchers, same thing. They assign points to food and you end up in a calorie deficit. Flexible dieting, which is something that I teach my clients, same thing, calorie deficit. And flexible dieting just means that you're going to use that calorie deficit number and eat the foods you love in any combination. Well, actually not in any, it still will work in any combination, but in order to, preserve muscle mass and feel energetic and great, we want to make sure that we are making sure we have a high amount of protein, eating our veggies, but we can still make room for fun foods. Okay. Again, as a recap, the law of thermodynamics is what determines weight loss. So when you eat less than your body burns, it will tap into stored tissue to have energy balance because your body is always seeking balance. So what's weight loss versus fat loss? So weight loss is when you're losing just total body weight. It could be water, stored fat, and it could be muscle. Okay. And we don't want to lose muscle if possible. So we have to make sure we're eating enough protein so that we have amino acids circulating in our bloodstream to support and save our muscle mass, and also a good strength training routine as well. Okay, so I'm going to share with you a general equation to get you started. Okay, so you need to become your own scientist, like I invited you before, learning how much to eat for your body weight. And then now we're going to test how many calories do we take out of our diet or burn in order to facilitate fat loss. Okay, so this is a starting point. And in order for us to be, actually, I'm going to make my slides a little bit bigger here. In order for us to be successful, we've got to shift our mindset to becoming a curious scientist and not a judgmental observer, okay? And keeping records of our data is necessary. That's how science works. We can't sort of kind of do something and then we end up getting sort of kind of results. We want to collect data. We want to write out what's working, what's not working, write out what we're eating, and then look at maybe the scale weight or inches or the way your jeans fit to see if you're making progress, okay? Realistic rates of body fat loss per week. I thought this was really important to put in here because, some of you guys might go into MyFitnessPal and you put like, I want to lose this much weight in 30 days. And that's just not realistic and can set you up for fast weight loss, meaning fast and even more weight gain. And if I've done this before, and I know many of you out there have, so I wanted to share with you what is realistic, what is reasonable, what's a reasonable amount of weight loss to lose so that we can keep a nice sustainable pace and we don't regain it back. So comfortable is considered less than 0.5% of your body weight per week. Okay, so for men, that is, if you're a 200-pound man, that could be about 1 pound a week or less. For women, it would be 0.8 pounds or less. Okay, a reasonable amount is 0.5, so half to 1% of your body weight per week. So reasonable. Okay. So 1% of your body weight per week is considered reasonable, 0.5 to 1%. This rate is going to ensure that you lose it sustainably. You're not dealing with a lot of like hunger pains, you're not feeling completely deprived, you can support your activities of daily living, and it's reasonable, okay? And you can do this for the long term so that you can get to your goal weight. Extreme is anything over 1%, which some people are like, what? That's extreme? Yeah, that's extreme. I mean, anybody can lose weight fast, but can you maintain that rate of weight loss? Can you keep it off? So for men, if you're a 200-pound man, extreme would be if you're losing 2 to 3 pounds a week. That's extreme weight loss. For women, if you're losing 1.5 to 2.5 pounds per week. Okay, and that's a general formula, right? So adjust your expectations. We're like, you know what? I want to reach this goal. I want it to be sustainable. I want it to be reasonable. I don't want to give up in a week, right? So if you don't want to give up in a week because it's not enough food, stay in the comfortable to reasonable range. Give yourself time. Give yourself time to make this habit, get in the groove, create a lifestyle. Okay. And if you're not sure how to do that, that's what I help my clients with, is we create a lifestyle so that they can keep it off. Okay. All right. Pen, paper, write this down. So to maintain your body weight, you need to take your current weight times the number 14 or the number 15, and that will equal your calories. Now, again, it's a starting point. Everybody's going to be coming from a different place. For weight loss, which is why I know you're here, you're going to take your current body weight and you're going to select a range between times 10 or up to times 12. Now, remember, you are becoming your own scientist. So maybe you start at body weight times 12, follow that for 2 weeks and see what the result is. If you're seeing weight loss, great. If you are not seeing things move, then change this to times 11. Follow that for 2 weeks. If you're still not seeing things move, change that to times 10. Follow that for 2 weeks and see what happens. I say 2 weeks, you really need long enough time to see some things move. Now, muscle gain, if you're looking to gain muscle, you're going to take your weight times 16 or up to times 18. So this is how you calculate. This is a very simplistic way to calculate your starting point for maintenance, weight loss, and muscle gain. And like I said, if you need slides, go over to fitandconfidentmoms.com, join us over there, and you can see the slides. Hi, Dacia. Thank you for watching. Okay. Questions, please drop them in the comments and let me know if you have questions. Okay. Now, macros. I'm giving away all the goods, right? I believe information is out there. I'm not the gatekeeper. And some coaches might say like, oh my gosh, this is what people pay you for, and you're giving this information. But honestly, this is my way to give back for people who can't afford coaching, or it's not, can't afford coaching right now, maybe. And also, if you do enough digging, this information is out there. So I'm just sharing information to my audience who may benefit from this. So when I said earlier, we want to make sure we're getting enough protein, I think a good starting point would be 30% of your calories from protein, 40% from carbs, and 30% for fat. Now, for my female clients, I don't want you to go under 20% fat. So you can decide based on your preferences how you kind of want to change your carb and fat ratio. But I think this is a great starting point. Now, some of you might ask, like, why do I get more carb, or why would you recommend more carbs than fats? And that's just because fats have a high calorie cost. I mean, yes, they are essential to your diet, but protein has 4 calories per gram. Carbs have 4 calories per gram, but fats have 9 calories per gram. Okay. And on my slides here, it's like, all right, how do I figure out how many calories are going to what? So if you calculated that your deficit is going to be 1,600 calories, we're going to times that by 0.3, and we're going to get 480 calories. Okay, so 480 calories are going to come from my protein. Now I'm going to take that 480 calories divided by the 4, right? Because there's 4 calories per gram, And now the number I get is 120 grams of protein. So that is how you figure out how much protein, carbs, and fat that you eat in a day. Some people don't need to eat that high carb. Maybe they might want to adjust their carbs down, give themselves a little more fat because they're tracking for 2 weeks and they notice that they're under in carbs, over in fat. Then you should just adjust. Okay. It's for what works for your body if you're still seeing a result. Okay. Again, this is just a starting point. And then I want you to check the protein amount. So I like to kind of be around your ideal body weight times 0.8 or 0.8 up to 1. So let's say your ideal body weight is 150 pounds, then we're going to eat 150 grams of protein. Okay. So you can range from 0.8 to 1. So 0.8 would probably be somewhere like 130, 140 for that person, that example. So I always want to make sure you set your protein first and then adjust your fats and carbs as needed. Always prioritize your protein at every meal, okay? We want to strength train with progressive overload, meaning we want to increase weights week to week so that we can stimulate muscle growth. And you need to have the right training plan, which also means not changing your workouts too frequently. Because if you change your workouts frequently, you're not going to experience progressive overload. You're not going to be able to increase your weights week to week to grow, to have that stimulus for muscle growth, when 1 week you might work that muscle and the next week you don't. So you need to consistently over time strength train with progressive overload. We don't want to change our workouts too frequently. I recommend low intensity cardio when you're on a deficit, because if we go with high intensity cardio and also eating to a deficit, we're going to have our hunger cues go out of control. We're going to be really, really hungry with this high intensity cardio. It may affect sleep, hormones, mood. So I encourage low intensity cardio. And if you are a HIIT addict, you love HIIT workouts, totally get it. I would limit that to 1 time per week. Ideally, each session would be under 30 minutes. So that's just my recommendation for most women anyway, especially women over 35. And then the next thing would be to prioritize your sleep. Okay. If you don't sleep well, it's going to slow down weight loss tremendously. Okay. So prioritize your sleep and manage your stress. Stress, if we are under recovered, then our body is going to fight us when it comes to letting go of fat. So yes, it does come down to food, but if you want it to be easier on yourself, make sure that your sleep is dialed in, that you're getting at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Again, that's a general recommendation. And making sure you're managing your stress, which also means taking time for recovery. When I say manage your stress, sometimes people are like, oh, I'll just make sure I'm not stressed out. I'll just make sure I don't overdo it. I just make sure I don't let the pot boil. That's not the case. Managing stress means every day of our lives, we are undergoing some kind of stress. Working out is stress. Mental stuff is stress. Emotional things are stress. We need to take steps throughout our week to unwind and recover from the stress we put on our bodies. So that could be through meditation, yoga, giving yourself breaks, taking your vitamins, going to the sauna. Go hit up my friend Erica and go sit in IMR's amazing infrared sauna. Those things help us recover from the day-to-day stress that we put ourselves under. And it's going to keep our hormones happy, which is going to help facilitate our weight loss. Okay. So sleep, a lot of people want to look for that magic hormone fix, but usually you can keep your hormones pretty happy with not being overly stressed, taking steps to recover from day-to-day stress, and making sure you're getting enough sleep. Okay. Those are like huge, huge, huge things for managing or keeping your hormones consistent, right? And not all over the place. Okay, next slide. Okay, so part 2 to this, I think I'm going to do another time so this training is not super, super long. So we will do this one next time. But if you want some type of tool to stay consistent and start tracking, start planning, and you would like something to aid you, go to coachrose.tips, TIP as in Paul S, and you can get a free download. It's called my meal map. You can start writing down your meals, because if you can plan ahead at least one day, you're going to be way more successful than trying to wing it. Okay. So go to coachrose.tips for my free download. And if you hung out to the end, thank you for watching. I'm grateful that you're here. If you learned something from this, I would love to know what your favorite takeaway is in the comments below. And if you think there is one person in your world that would like to watch this video, send it to them, send it to your stories. This might just help them get unstuck by getting science-based information and not go down the rabbit hole of quick fix diets that they end up becoming miserable and giving up anyway. A couple of quick announcements. This Saturday, I'm going to be at the Uncommons for a amazing event called Your Bold is Beautiful Women's Empowerment Summit. I'm going to be a vendor there, and I will have a booth from 12 to 5. Now, there's going to be all kinds of fun stuff. I want you to come pop by because I'm giving away gifts for everyone who stops by the table. If you're a client, you get a special gift, so make sure you come. I'm going to have some interactive things in the booth, and I have a game which I'm giving away an amazing prize package of personal training, a nutrition package, a trifecta express package from IMR Massage, which includes a 30-minute massage, a 30-minute facial, and 30 minutes in the infrared sauna, and also a free outfit plus a private shopping experience for you and 5 or more of your friends at Fabletics. So come on by to my booth, enter to win. And I know that Your Bold is Beautiful is also going to have their own big raffle prize. So make sure you stop by, say hi to the vendors, check them all out, and have an amazing Saturday with me. So until next time, this is Coach Rose rooting for you to say it's all about me in 2023, me as in you. Go out there and make it happen. Bye-bye.